Have you ever felt paralyzed by fear? Does the thought of the unknown hold you back from living your best life? Welcome to this life-changing video where we will dive deep into the powerful impact fear has on your life. By the end of this video, you'll uncover the hidden ways fear controls your actions, decisions, and even your dreams. You'll be equipped with the knowledge and tools to break free from fear's grip. Imagine a life where fear no longer dictates your choices, where you can face challenges with confidence and courage. Stay with us until the end, and you'll discover the keys to reclaiming your life from fear's control. Your transformation starts now. Fear of failure is one of the most common and insidious ways fear controls our lives. This particular fear can sneak into our minds and settle there, often without us even realizing it. It whispers lies and exaggerates potential consequences, convincing us to avoid risks and stay within the boundaries of what we know and feel comfortable with. But the cost of this comfort is the sacrifice of our dreams, ambitions, and potential. Think back to a time when you had a big idea or a burning desire to achieve something significant. Maybe it was starting a new business, pursuing a passion project, or even just asking for a promotion at work. How many of those dreams were shelved or abandoned because you were afraid of failing? This fear tells us that failure is something to be ashamed of, something that will define us and mark us forever. But in reality, failure is a natural part of the journey to success. It is through our failures that we learn, grow, and ultimately succeed. Fear of failure can manifest in various ways. It can show up as procrastination, where we delay taking action because we are afraid of the potential negative outcome. We tell ourselves we are waiting for the right moment, but deep down, it's the fear of failing that's holding us back. This procrastination leads to missed opportunities, and over time, it chips away at our self-confidence and self-esteem. Another way this fear manifests is through perfectionism. We set impossibly high standards for ourselves, and the fear of not meeting those standards paralyzes us. We become so focused on avoiding mistakes that we never actually take the necessary steps to move forward. Perfectionism can also lead to burnout, as we push ourselves to the limit, trying to achieve an unattainable goal, only to be left feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors of all time. Edison famously failed thousands of times before finally inventing the light bulb. Each failure was a step closer to success, and instead of allowing fear to hold him back, he used his failures as learning opportunities. Edison's persistence in the face of failure is a powerful reminder that failure is not the end, but rather a crucial part of the process. Fear of failure can also impact our relationships. We might avoid opening up to others or pursuing meaningful connections because we are afraid of rejection or disappointment. This fear can lead to isolation and loneliness, depriving us of the rich, fulfilling relationships we all crave. It's important to remember that everyone experiences failure and rejection at some point, and it's through these experiences that we build resilience and find true connection with others. To overcome the fear of failure, we must first acknowledge it and understand its root causes. Often, this fear stems from past experiences or societal pressures that have conditioned us to see failure as something negative. By recognizing these influences, we can begin to challenge and reframe our thinking. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of our worth, we can see it as a valuable learning experience. One practical step to combat the fear of failure is to set small, achievable goals. These goals should stretch us just enough to be challenging, but still within reach. By accomplishing these smaller goals, we build confidence and prove to ourselves that failure is not as catastrophic as we imagine. Over time, this practice helps us develop a growth mindset, where we see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to our self-worth. Another powerful technique is to visualize success. Instead of focusing on all the ways things could go wrong, imagine the best possible outcome. Picture yourself achieving your goal and experiencing the positive emotions that come with it. This mental shift can help reduce anxiety and increase motivation, making it easier to take the necessary steps towards success. It's also important to surround ourselves with supportive people who encourage us to take risks and embrace failure. Having a strong support network can provide the reassurance and motivation we need to push through our fears. Seek out mentors, friends, or colleagues who have faced similar challenges and can offer guidance and perspective. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when things don't go as planned. Recognize that failure is a part of life and does not define your worth or potential. Treat yourself with the same understanding and encouragement you would offer to a friend in a similar situation. Remember, the fear of failure is a silent saboteur that can hold you back from reaching your true potential. By acknowledging this fear, challenging your mindset, and taking small steps toward your goals, you can break free from its grip and start living a more courageous and fulfilling life. Embrace failure as a teacher, and you'll find that each setback brings you one step closer to your ultimate success. As we delve deeper into the ways fear controls our lives, another powerful force emerges: the fear of change. While the fear of failure keeps us stagnant by making us dread mistakes, the fear of change paralyzes us by making the unknown seem terrifying. It convinces us that the familiar, even if it's not ideal, is safer and better than venturing into uncharted territory. Change, by its very nature, disrupts our routines and forces us to adapt to new circumstances. For many, this disruption is unsettling. We derive a sense of security from the familiar, even if it means staying in situations that are less than fulfilling or downright detrimental. This is how the fear of change keeps us trapped in comfort zones that limit our growth and potential. Consider the impact of this fear on your career. You might stay in a job you dislike or that no longer challenges you because the thought of finding a new job, adjusting to a new environment, or taking on new responsibilities feels overwhelming. The prospect of change brings a flood of what-ifs. What if I don't fit in? What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? These questions fuel our fear, and before we know it, years pass, and we remain stuck in the same place, longing for something more, but too afraid to pursue it. This fear can also impact our personal lives. Relationships, living situations, and even our personal habits can become sources of complacency. You might stay in a relationship that no longer brings you happiness because the idea of being alone or starting over is daunting, or you might resist moving to a new city even if it offers better opportunities because it means leaving behind the comfort of the known. However, it's important to recognize that change is a constant and inevitable part of life. Embracing change, rather than fearing it, can lead to incredible personal growth and opportunities that we might never have imagined. Think about the times in your life when change led to positive outcomes. Maybe it was a new job that brought more satisfaction, a move to a new place that introduced you to lifelong friends, or a change in routine that improved your health and well-being. These experiences remind us that while change can be challenging, it also opens the door to new possibilities. To overcome the fear of change, start by shifting your perspective. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, consider what could go right. Embrace a mindset that views change as an adventure rather than a threat. This mental shift can transform your fear into excitement, making it easier to take the necessary steps toward change. One effective strategy is to break down the change into smaller, manageable steps. Large changes can feel overwhelming, but when broken down into smaller tasks, they become more approachable. For example, if you're considering a career change, start by researching new fields, updating your resume, or reaching out to potential mentors. These small actions can build momentum and make the larger change feel less daunting. It's also crucial to develop resilience. Resilience is the ability to adapt to and recover from change. By cultivating a resilient mindset, you become better equipped to handle the uncertainties that come with change. Practice self-care, maintain a support network, and build skills that enhance your adaptability. Resilient individuals view setbacks as temporary and surmountable, which helps them navigate change with confidence. Reflect on past changes you've experienced and the growth that resulted from them. This reflection can provide valuable insights and remind you of your capacity to adapt. Write down your fears and then challenge them with evidence from your own life. Often, our fears are based on irrational beliefs rather than reality. By confronting these fears head-on, you can diminish their power over you. Another powerful approach is to visualize the benefits of change. Imagine how your life could improve if you embrace the change you're considering. Picture yourself thriving in a new job, enjoying a healthier lifestyle, or feeling fulfilled in a new relationship. This positive visualization can motivate you to take action and reduce the fear associated with change. Surround yourself with positive influences. Seek out people who have successfully navigated change and learn from their experiences. Their stories can provide inspiration and practical advice on how to manage your own transitions. Additionally, having a supportive network can provide the encouragement and reassurance you need to move forward. Lastly, practice gratitude. Focus on the positive aspects of your current situation and the opportunities that change can bring. Gratitude can shift your mindset from one of fear and scarcity to one of abundance and possibility. When you approach change with a grateful heart, you're more likely to see the potential it holds rather than the risks. The fear of change is a powerful force that can hold us back from living our fullest lives. By recognizing this fear, challenging our perceptions, and taking proactive steps, we can break free from its constraints. Embrace change as a catalyst for growth and transformation, and you'll find that the unknown holds far more promise than peril. Building on the fear of change, we encounter another pervasive force, the fear of uncertainty. This fear keeps us clinging to the illusion of safety by making the unpredictable seem dangerous and overwhelming. It thrives on our need for control and predictability, convincing us that stepping into the unknown is a risk too great to take. Uncertainty is an inherent part of life. Despite our best efforts to plan and predict, the future remains unknowable. This unpredictability can be a source of great anxiety, causing us to avoid situations where outcomes are unclear. We gravitate towards what we know, even if it means staying in unfulfilling or stagnant circumstances, simply because the alternative feels too risky. Consider the impact of this fear on decision-making. You might hesitate to pursue new opportunities or make significant life changes because the outcome isn't guaranteed. This hesitation can lead to missed chances and a life that feels constrained and limited. For instance, the fear of uncertainty might prevent you from starting a new business, even if the potential rewards are significant. You focus on the possible failures rather than the opportunities for success, and as a result, you remain stuck in a cycle of inaction. This fear can also manifest in overthinking and excessive planning. While it's important to be prepared, excessive planning can become a way to avoid taking action. You get caught up in trying to account for every possible scenario, which only serves to heighten your anxiety and delay progress. This analysis paralysis is a common consequence of the fear of uncertainty, where the desire for control leads to inaction. Another area where this fear shows its influence is in our relationships. Fear of uncertainty can make us wary of committing to others or opening ourselves up to vulnerability. We worry about the unknowns of another person's feelings, the future of the relationship, or potential heartbreak. This fear can lead to superficial connections or even loneliness, as we avoid the deeper, more meaningful relationships that require us to embrace uncertainty. To overcome the fear of uncertainty, we must first accept that uncertainty is an unavoidable part of life. Embrace the idea that not everything can be predicted or controlled, and that this unpredictability can lead to unexpected and positive outcomes. By shifting your mindset from fearing uncertainty to embracing it, you can begin to see the potential it holds rather than just the risks. One effective way to combat this fear is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches us to focus on the present moment rather than worrying about the future. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you can reduce anxiety about what might happen and instead concentrate on what you can control. Simple practices like meditation, deep breathing, or even just taking a few moments each day to center yourself can make a significant difference. Another strategy is to build tolerance for uncertainty gradually. Start by taking small steps into the unknown, allowing yourself to experience the discomfort and learn that it is manageable. This might involve trying new activities, meeting new people, or making small changes to your routine. Each small step builds your confidence and resilience, making larger uncertainties feel less daunting. It's also important to focus on what you can control. While you can't predict the future, you can control your actions and responses. By concentrating on your strengths and what you can do, you empower yourself to handle whatever comes your way. This shift in focus from what you can't control to what you can helps mitigate the fear of uncertainty. Consider the benefits of uncertainty. Many of the most rewarding experiences in life come from stepping into the unknown. Traveling to new places, meeting new people, and pursuing new opportunities all involve a degree of uncertainty, but they also offer the potential for incredible growth and fulfillment. Reflect on past experiences where uncertainty led to positive outcomes and use these as reminders of the potential rewards. Seek out stories of individuals who have embraced uncertainty and thrived. These stories can provide inspiration and practical insights into how to navigate the unknown. Learning from others' experiences can help you develop a more positive outlook on uncertainty and see it as a gateway to new possibilities rather than a threat. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Recognize that feeling uncertain is a natural human experience and that it's okay to feel anxious about the unknown. Be kind to yourself as you navigate these feelings and remind yourself that it's through facing uncertainty that we grow stronger and more resilient. The fear of uncertainty is a powerful force that can limit our potential and keep us confined to the familiar. By accepting uncertainty as a natural part of life, practicing mindfulness, and gradually building tolerance, we can break free from its grip. Embrace uncertainty as an opportunity for growth and adventure, and you'll discover that the unknown can be a source of excitement and possibility rather than fear. Flowing naturally from the fear of uncertainty, we encounter the fear of judgment. This fear can be deeply paralyzing as it revolves around the concern of how others perceive us. It keeps us from being true to ourselves and forces us to conform to societal norms and expectations, often at the expense of our own happiness and fulfillment. The fear of judgment stems from our intrinsic need to belong and be accepted by our peers. From a young age, we are conditioned to seek approval and validation from others. This conditioning can create a powerful influence over our actions and decisions, driving us to fit in and avoid behaviors that might attract criticism or disapproval. The result is a life lived for others rather than for ourselves, where our true desires and potential are suppressed. Think about a time when you held back from expressing your true thoughts or feelings because you were afraid of what others might think. Maybe it was a creative idea you didn't share at work, a passion you kept hidden, or an opinion you didn't voice. This fear of judgment can stifle our creativity and authenticity, leading to a life that feels constrained and unfulfilled. The impact of this fear extends to various aspects of our lives. In our careers, it might prevent us from taking bold risks or pursuing unconventional paths that align with our true interests and talents. We might choose safe, traditional roles to avoid the potential criticism that comes with following a less conventional path. In our personal lives, the fear of judgment can lead us to hide parts of ourselves, conform to others' expectations, and avoid pursuing relationships or activities that truly resonate with us. This fear is particularly potent in the age of social media, where we are constantly exposed to others' opinions and judgments. The pressure to present a curated, flawless version of ourselves can be overwhelming, leading to anxiety and a sense of inadequacy. We become preoccupied with how we are perceived, often at the expense of our mental health and well-being. Overcoming the fear of judgment begins with embracing our authenticity. Recognize that everyone has unique qualities and perspectives that make them valuable. By embracing who you truly are and expressing your genuine self, you attract people who appreciate you for who you are rather than a facade. Authenticity fosters deeper, more meaningful connections and allows you to live a life that is true to yourself. One practical step to combat the fear of judgment is to gradually expose yourself to situations where you might face criticism. Start small by sharing your thoughts or ideas in safe environments and gradually build up to more challenging situations. This exposure can help desensitize you to the fear of judgment and build your confidence in expressing yourself. Another effective strategy is to reframe how you perceive judgment. Understand that judgment often says more about the person judging than it does about you. People's criticisms are frequently reflections of their own insecurities, biases, and experiences. By detaching yourself from others' opinions and focusing on your own values and beliefs, you can reduce the impact of judgment on your life. Developing a strong sense of self-worth is also crucial. When you value yourself and your contributions, the opinions of others hold less sway over you. Practice self-compassion and remind yourself of your strengths and achievements. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage and uplift you, reinforcing your sense of worth and confidence. Mindfulness and self-awareness can also help manage the fear of judgment. By becoming aware of your thoughts and feelings, you can identify when the fear of judgment is influencing your actions. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or journaling, can help you stay grounded and focused on your own values rather than getting caught up in others' opinions. It's also important to remember that you cannot please everyone. No matter what you do, there will always be someone who disagrees or disapproves. Trying to live up to everyone's expectations is an impossible task that leads to frustration and burnout. Instead, focus on what makes you happy and fulfilled, and let go of the need for external validation. Lastly, seek out role models who have overcome the fear of judgment and are living authentically. Learn from their experiences and draw inspiration from their courage. Seeing others thrive despite criticism can provide the motivation and reassurance you need to do the same. The fear of judgment is a powerful force that can limit our potential and stifle our true selves. By embracing authenticity, gradually exposing ourselves to criticism, and developing a strong sense of self-worth, we can break free from its constraints. Live boldly and authentically, and you'll find that the approval that truly matters is your own. Following closely on the heels of the fear of judgment is the fear of rejection. This fear can be equally paralyzing, as it is rooted in our deep-seated need for acceptance and belonging. Fear of rejection keeps us from taking risks in our personal and professional lives, making us avoid situations where we might face disapproval or exclusion. It creates an invisible barrier between us and our aspirations, convincing us that we are safer staying within the confines of the known and the accepted. Rejection, like failure, is an inevitable part of life. Yet, our instinct to avoid it can be so strong that we miss out on countless opportunities for growth and connection. Think about a time when you didn't apply for a job, ask someone out, or share your creative work because you feared being turned down. This fear holds us back from fully engaging with the world and realizing our potential. In our professional lives, the fear of rejection can prevent us from pursuing new opportunities. We might hesitate to apply for a dream job, pitch a bold idea, or seek out mentorship because we fear that our efforts will not be recognized or valued. This hesitation limits our career growth and keeps us from reaching our full potential. Rejection, while painful, often provides valuable feedback and opportunities for improvement that are crucial for success. In our personal lives, the fear of rejection can be even more profound. It can keep us from forming deep, meaningful relationships because we fear that revealing our true selves will lead to rejection. This fear can lead to superficial connections, loneliness, and a sense of isolation. We might settle for less than we deserve in relationships because we are afraid of being alone. Overcoming the fear of rejection requires a shift in perspective. Understand that rejection is not a reflection of your worth or abilities, but rather a part of the process of finding the right fit. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal pursuits, not every opportunity or person will align with who you are. Rejection is a sign that something wasn't the right match, not a judgment on your value. One practical approach to overcoming this fear is to reframe rejection as a stepping stone rather than a setback. Each rejection brings you one step closer to finding the right opportunity or connection. Embrace the idea that every no is leading you toward a yes that truly aligns with your goals and values. This mindset shift can make rejection feel less personal and more like a natural part of the journey. Another effective strategy is to build resilience through exposure. The more you expose yourself to potential rejection, the less daunting it becomes. Start with small risks, such as sharing your ideas in a meeting or approaching someone new at a social event. As you become more comfortable with these smaller risks, gradually increase the stakes. This gradual exposure helps build your confidence and resilience, making it easier to handle rejection when it occurs. Developing a strong support network is also crucial. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and your abilities. Their encouragement and perspective can help buffer the impact of rejection and provide the motivation to keep pushing forward. Share your experiences and fears with them. Their support can make a significant difference in how you perceive and handle rejection. Self-compassion is another key element in overcoming the fear of rejection. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding when faced with rejection. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't let them define you. Remind yourself of your strengths and past successes, and use these as a foundation to build your resilience. Self-compassion can help you bounce back from rejection more quickly and with a healthier perspective. Mindfulness practices can also be beneficial. By staying present and focused on the current moment, you can reduce the anxiety associated with future rejection. Mindfulness helps you detach from the fear of what might happen and instead concentrate on what you can control. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, or journaling can help calm your mind and provide clarity. Lastly, remember that rejection is often a redirection. It can steer you toward better opportunities and paths that you might not have considered otherwise. Many successful people have faced significant rejection before achieving their goals. Their stories remind us that rejection is not the end, but rather a part of the journey to success. The fear of rejection is a powerful force that can limit our potential and keep us from fully engaging with life. By shifting our perspective, building resilience, and practicing self-compassion, we can break free from its constraints. Embrace rejection as a natural part of the journey, and you'll find that it often leads to unexpected and rewarding opportunities. After exploring the fear of rejection, we turn to a less obvious but equally powerful force, the fear of success. This fear can be paradoxical, as it involves an aversion to achieving our goals and realizing our potential. While it might seem counterintuitive, the fear of success can be just as crippling as the fear of failure, preventing us from fully embracing our capabilities and seizing opportunities. The fear of success often stems from the anticipated changes and responsibilities that come with achieving our goals. Success can bring about significant shifts in our lives, such as increased expectations, greater visibility, and more responsibilities. These changes can be daunting, leading us to unconsciously sabotage our efforts to avoid the discomfort associated with success. Consider a time when you held back from pursuing a significant goal or downplayed your achievements. Perhaps you were offered a promotion but declined it, fearing the added responsibilities and the possibility of not living up to new expectations. Or maybe you had a brilliant idea but didn't follow through, worried about the pressures and changes that success might bring. This fear keeps us in a state of complacency, where we avoid stepping into the fullness of our potential. In our professional lives, the fear of success can lead to self-sabotage. We might procrastinate on important projects, avoid seeking out new opportunities, or downplay our accomplishments. This behavior stems from a fear of the unknown and the pressures that success can entail. It's easier to stay within the boundaries of what we know and feel comfortable with than to venture into new, uncharted territory. In our personal lives, the fear of success can prevent us from pursuing our dreams and passions. We might avoid taking risks in our hobbies, relationships, or personal development because we fear the changes that success could bring. This fear can lead to a sense of unfulfilled potential and a life that feels constrained and limited. To overcome the fear of success, we must first recognize and acknowledge it. Understand that it is a common and natural response to the uncertainties and responsibilities that come with achieving our goals. By bringing this fear into the light, we can begin to address and overcome it. One practical approach is to reframe your understanding of success. Rather than seeing success as a source of pressure and responsibility, view it as an opportunity for growth and fulfillment. Embrace the idea that success brings positive changes and opportunities to learn and develop new skills. This shift in perspective can make success feel less intimidating and more attainable. Another effective strategy is to set realistic and manageable goals. Break down your larger aspirations into smaller, achievable steps. This approach helps reduce the overwhelm associated with success and allows you to build confidence gradually. Celebrate each small victory along the way, recognizing that each step forward is a part of your journey to success. It's also important to develop a support system. Surround yourself with people who believe in your potential and encourage your growth. Their support and encouragement can help alleviate the fears associated with success and provide a sense of security as you navigate new challenges. Seek out mentors or peers who have experienced similar journeys and can offer guidance and perspective. Mindfulness and self-awareness can also play a crucial role in overcoming the fear of success. By staying present and focused on your goals, you can reduce anxiety about future challenges and responsibilities. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or journaling, can help you stay grounded and focused on your progress rather than getting caught up in worries about the future. Address any underlying beliefs or assumptions that contribute to your fear of success. Reflect on your past experiences and identify any patterns of self-sabotage or limiting beliefs. Challenge these beliefs and replace them with more empowering and positive thoughts. Recognize that you are capable and deserving of success, and that you have the skills and resilience to handle the changes it brings. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Understand that it's okay to feel anxious or uncertain about success. Be kind to yourself as you navigate these feelings and remind yourself of your strengths and accomplishments. Self-compassion can help reduce the pressure you place on yourself and make it easier to embrace success. The fear of success is a subtle yet powerful force that can limit our potential and keep us from realizing our dreams. By acknowledging this fear, reframing our understanding of success, and building a strong support system, we can break free from its constraints. Embrace success as an opportunity for growth and fulfillment, and you'll find that the changes it brings can lead to a richer and more rewarding life. Emerging from the fear of success is the fear of responsibility, a significant factor that can control our lives. While success often brings new opportunities and rewards, it also comes with increased responsibilities. This fear can hold us back, as we might feel overwhelmed by the pressure of meeting new expectations and maintaining our achievements. The fear of responsibility can be a heavy burden, making us doubt our capabilities and avoid stepping into roles where we feel we might not measure up. Responsibility, by its very nature, demands accountability and a commitment to follow through. This can be intimidating, especially when the stakes are high and others are counting on us. The fear of letting people down, making mistakes, or not being able to handle the new demands can be paralyzing. It can cause us to retreat into our comfort zones, where we feel safer and more in control. In our professional lives, this fear can manifest in various ways. We might avoid taking on leadership roles, declining promotions, or not volunteering for challenging projects. The thought of being responsible for a team, a significant project, or major decisions can trigger anxiety and self-doubt. We question whether we have the skills, knowledge, and resilience to succeed, and this uncertainty can prevent us from seizing opportunities for growth and advancement. In our personal lives, the fear of responsibility can affect our relationships and personal development. We might shy away from commitments or avoid taking on roles that require us to be accountable to others. This fear can lead to a sense of stagnation as we miss out on experiences that could enrich our lives and help us grow. To overcome the fear of responsibility, we must first understand its roots. Often, this fear is linked to past experiences where we felt overwhelmed or failed to meet expectations. By reflecting on these experiences and recognizing the lessons learned, we can begin to reframe our understanding of responsibility. One effective approach is to develop a mindset of growth and learning. View responsibilities not as burdens, but as opportunities to develop new skills and enhance your capabilities. Embrace the challenges that come with responsibility as chances to grow and prove to yourself what you are capable of. This shift in perspective can transform the fear of responsibility into a source of motivation and empowerment. Start by taking on small responsibilities and gradually build up to larger ones. This incremental approach helps build your confidence and resilience, making larger responsibilities feel more manageable. Celebrate your successes and learn from any setbacks, using each experience as a stepping stone toward greater capability and confidence. Another crucial strategy is to develop strong organizational and time management skills. Effective management of your responsibilities can reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed and increase your ability to handle multiple tasks. Prioritize your tasks, set realistic goals, and break down larger responsibilities into smaller, more manageable steps. This approach can help you stay focused and on track, reducing anxiety and increasing your sense of control. Seek support and guidance from mentors, peers, or professional networks. Having a support system can provide valuable insights, advice, and encouragement as you take on new responsibilities. Learn from others who have successfully managed similar challenges and draw on their experiences to navigate your own journey. It's also important to practice self-compassion and recognize that no one is perfect. Mistakes and setbacks are a natural part of taking on new responsibilities. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding when things don't go as planned, and use these experiences as opportunities for learning and growth. Self-compassion can help reduce the pressure you place on yourself and make it easier to embrace responsibility. Mindfulness and stress management techniques can also play a significant role in managing the fear of responsibility. Practices such as meditation, deep breathing, and regular physical activity can help you stay grounded and reduce anxiety. By maintaining a sense of balance and well-being, you can approach your responsibilities with a clearer and more focused mind. Lastly, reflect on the positive impacts of taking on responsibility. Consider the ways in which fulfilling your responsibilities can benefit others, contribute to your personal and professional growth, and enhance your overall sense of accomplishment and purpose. Focusing on these positive outcomes can provide the motivation and reassurance needed to embrace your responsibilities with confidence. The fear of responsibility can be a significant barrier to personal and professional growth. By understanding its roots, developing a growth mindset, and building strong organizational skills, we can overcome this fear and embrace the opportunities that responsibility brings. Accepting and fulfilling our responsibilities allows us to lead more impactful and fulfilling lives, ultimately enhancing our sense of purpose and achievement. Building upon the fear of responsibility, we encounter another profound influence on our lives: the fear of losing control. This fear can be particularly paralyzing, as it revolves around the need to maintain a sense of stability and predictability in our lives. The fear of losing control can keep us from embracing spontaneity, taking risks, and trusting others, ultimately limiting our experiences and growth. Control gives us a sense of security and predictability. When we feel in control, we believe we can manage outcomes and prevent unwanted surprises. However, life is inherently unpredictable, and the quest for absolute control is an illusion. The fear of losing control can make us overly cautious and rigid, preventing us from adapting to change and embracing new opportunities. In our professional lives, this fear can lead to micromanagement and reluctance to delegate tasks. We might feel the need to oversee every detail, believing that only by controlling every aspect can we ensure success. This behavior not only leads to burnout, but also stifles creativity and collaboration. By holding too tightly to control, we prevent others from contributing their ideas and skills, limiting the potential for innovation and growth. In our personal lives, the fear of losing control can impact our relationships and well-being. We might struggle to let go of routines or avoid situations where we feel vulnerable. This fear can lead to stress and anxiety, as we constantly strive to maintain an illusion of control over our surroundings and interactions. It can also affect our relationships, making it difficult to trust others or allow them to take the lead. To overcome the fear of losing control, we must first accept that uncertainty is a natural part of life. Embrace the idea that not everything can be predicted or controlled, and that this unpredictability can lead to new and enriching experiences. By letting go of the need for absolute control, we can become more adaptable and open to the opportunities that life presents. One practical approach is to practice letting go in small ways. Start by delegating tasks at work or allowing others to take charge in social situations. Gradually increase the scope of what you're willing to let go of and observe how these changes affect your stress levels and overall well-being. This gradual process can help build your confidence in handling situations where you are not in complete control. Developing trust in others is also crucial. Recognize that collaboration and delegation can lead to better outcomes than trying to manage everything yourself. Trusting others allows you to leverage their strengths and insights, leading to more innovative and effective solutions. Build a network of trusted colleagues, friends, and family members who can support you and share the responsibilities. Mindfulness practices can be particularly beneficial in managing the fear of losing control. Techniques such as meditation, yoga, and deep breathing can help you stay grounded and present in the moment. Mindfulness teaches us to accept things as they are, reducing the anxiety associated with trying to control every aspect of our lives. By focusing on the present, you can cultivate a sense of peace and acceptance, even in the face of uncertainty. Another effective strategy is to reframe your understanding of control. Rather than seeking to control outcomes, focus on controlling your actions and responses. You cannot always control what happens, but you can control how you react to it. This shift in focus can help you feel more empowered and less anxious about the unpredictability of life. By concentrating on your responses, you build resilience and adaptability, qualities that enable you to navigate uncertainty with confidence. Reflect on past experiences where you felt out of control but still managed to handle the situation effectively. These moments can serve as reminders that you are capable of managing uncertainty and that you can thrive even when things do not go as planned. Draw strength from these experiences to build your confidence in handling future situations. Another practical step is to set realistic expectations. Understand that perfection and complete control are unattainable goals. Allow yourself to make mistakes and learn from them. Accepting imperfection as a natural part of life can reduce the pressure you place on yourself to control every detail and outcome. It is also important to cultivate a sense of flexibility and adaptability. Embrace change and see it as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat to your control. Practice adjusting your plans and expectations in response to new information and circumstances. This flexibility can help you navigate the complexities of life with greater ease and less stress. Building a strong support system can also help alleviate the fear of losing control. Surround yourself with people who provide emotional support, practical advice, and a sense of stability. Having a reliable network can make it easier to let go of control and trust that you have the resources and support to handle whatever comes your way. Engage in activities that encourage spontaneity and creativity, whether it's trying a new hobby, traveling to an unfamiliar place, or participating in improvisational activities. These experiences can help you become more comfortable with uncertainty and less reliant on control. By stepping out of your comfort zone, you learn to embrace the unexpected and find joy in new experiences. Lastly, practice self-compassion and patience with yourself. Understand that the fear of losing control is a natural human response and that it takes time to develop new ways of thinking and behaving. Be gentle with yourself as you work to let go of this fear and celebrate your progress along the way. The fear of losing control can be a significant barrier to personal and professional growth. By accepting uncertainty, developing trust in others, practicing mindfulness, and cultivating flexibility, we can overcome this fear and embrace life's unpredictability. Letting go of the need for absolute control opens the door to new experiences, creativity, and a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. As we wrap up this journey into the ways fear can control our lives, remember that understanding these fears is the first step toward breaking free from their grip. Embrace your potential, challenge your comfort zones, and allow yourself to grow beyond the limitations that fear imposes. We hope this video has inspired you to take charge of your life and face your fears head-on. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What fear do you find most challenging, and how do you plan to overcome it? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else on their journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our future content. Join our community as we continue to explore ways to empower and uplift each other. Thanks for watching, and remember, the only thing to fear is fear itself.